Hey guys, what's going on? Megan here. Um, just to answer a question that I got based on my last video that I put up. You can watch it here. I'm gonna put it somewhere on the screen, like right here. It was my grocery video. I was making a vlog, and the subscribers were asking, some of them were asking, Megan, how did your back get so wide? I'm losing weight. Obviously, you guys know. Uh, right in the middle of my cut. I'm 5 weeks out of 12. So I'm making progress, right? Losing the fat that I put on during during my off season, when I wasn't training at all, and so everything is coming in nicely, right? So a lot of stuff asking, well, in that video your back looked fucking wide. I think I had a gray shirt on or something, and yeah, my back did look wide. I'm not gonna act all modest and say that yeah, I just think yes, the illusion also plays a part because obviously I'm losing weight, so my waist is getting a bit smaller. But my back looks a lot wider than I was at 205 a year ago. And you'd be amazed. People ask me like, "What are you doing?" I'm not doing anything differently, guys. In fact, if I tell you a fact that I'm about to tell you right now, half of you won't even believe it. My last back workout was October 12 or 15, 2014. That was the last time I actually hit my back. Even though I do full body training, I didn't hit my back since October, and I explained why in one video. I think it's called "How to Bring Up Lagging Body Parts." I'm gonna put the video right here, something like that. It was just a random gym workout that I was doing with Hansa, and I decided to make a video about showing you guys, what my training philosophy is. And like, wondering, why is your back so wide then? Like, is it genetics? Is it whatever? And all my old subscribers know, obviously, it's not genetics. You guys saw how my back was when I started the channel, and I'm not doing anything different than the shit I tell you guys. I practice what I preach. Nucleus fucking overload. The reason why I started training my back since October, it's because I did a nucleus overload. For those of you guys who don't know what it is, it's simply, matter of fact, I might make a separate video explaining it because I explained it so many times. You could click on this video right here where I show you guys, how I discovered it, how I, put a bunch of anecdotes and science together to, come up with the system. But that's what I do. I want to bring up a body part. I overtrain it for like a month or two where I hit it with high frequency, high volume every single day. Not too much heavy weight, just focusing on contractions and getting the pump. And then I back off for either a month or more. And then when I come back to it, which is going to be soon, my back looks even wider. And I explain how it works. I explain the science behind it. I explain the anecdotes behind it that actually supported the stories. So if you're a new subscriber, like I say, watch the videos that I put up. I'm gonna put the link in the description as well. Very, very informational. And the reason why I stopped talking about it is because it fucking works, man. I'm getting emails every single day of people who started it either a month ago or 2 months ago, and are sending me pictures. They're saying, "Oh my God, thank you. This thing works so well." People think you're on steroids almost because of how fast the growth is. And a lot of you guys that are skeptical, I don't blame you because there's a lot of bullshit advice on the internet. There's a lot. But like I always say, why would I fucking lie? I'm not selling a workout program. Why would I lie and say, okay, this thing works so well if it doesn't? And everyone that's tried it so far, I've yet to see a person who has tried it and hasn't seen results. Not only do results come fast, but I mean like within a month or two you start seeing the gains, and the everything I predict it works. You don't, if you do it consistently, train it for a month or more, back off, come back, do it again, back off, your back or your chest or whatever you're doing on will look big even if you're not hitting it. Another thing, my chest. Everyone keeps commenting on, my chest. Oh, your chest looks huge. Your chest looks huge. Same thing. Ask Marco. He's my workout partner. I haven't had a. In fact, my last blown out chest workout was earlier this week. We did in the middle of a full body session. I explained to you guys how my full body session works, how I prioritize the muscle, even though I still hate everything else. It was earlier this week, and prior to that, my last chest workout was right around the same time I hit my back, which is also around was it September or October? It was right before I overtrained my back, so it had to be around September. That was my last full blown chest workout. And how do I know these dates? Because I track every single one of my workouts. So you think about it. Last time I hit my chest full blown was in September. Last time I hit my back full blown was in October. The only difference with my chest is I still bench press about twice a week to try to maintain my strength because I train with Marco and he loves the bench press. So because we have to try to sync our workouts together, I can't sacrifice his favorite exercise because I just don't want to fucking do it. So I bench twice a week, three sets. That's it. Just to make sure I'm maintaining my strength. It's also a gauge to see if I'm not losing too much strength doing this cut. And like I told you guys, it's actually going up. So other than that, my last, think about 3 sets, 2 to 3 times a week. In fact, it's twice a week. That's it. After that, I just go back to my full body workout. And my chest is still pretty decent, right? I don't know if you can see, through this, but it's still, it's still pretty decent. And why am I putting all these body parts on hold? I explained in several videos. Yes, yes, thank you. Yeah, okay, sure. Give me the medicine. Thank you. Give it to mommy, okay? Yeah, nice. Yeah, the reason why I can afford to put these body parts on hold is because I developed them so much to nucleus overload overtraining that the nucleus is there. It doesn't go. The moment I go back in the gym, it's gonna grow. If my back look, now I don't have the wildest fucking back on YouTube. Don't get me wrong, but if my back looks like this when I haven't hit it in, let's see, October, November, December, Janvier, in about 3 months, right? Can you imagine what happened if I go back to training it again? It's gonna be fucking massive. Imagine if I'm pumped. So the point I'm trying to make to you guys is not only it works too fucking well to the point where it overpowers the rest of my body parts. And now I got to put those body parts on hold, my chest and my lats, which are some of my weakest body parts. And I developed them so much that I got to put them on hold because they make my arms look smaller and my shoulders look puny. And in fact, in case you're wondering, what am I overtraining now? I'm doing nucleus overload on my shoulders now. I'm trying to bring my shoulders up. And when I'm done with my shoulders, I'm gonna move on to my traps and my neck because you guys know I have shitty genetics as far as neck and traps, and I have this huge head and puffy cheeks. So it fucking distorts this whole region right here. And I'm gonna keep cycling like that, guys. And that's how me and Marco are still making gains. Me and Hansa, we all making gains, even though we've been lifting for a while. We hit that plateau where you guys know what I'm talking about. If you've been lifting for a while, you hit that plateau where you don't see gains. You used to see gains, but every month, but now you gotta wait a year or two to see changes. But we see these changes, monthly. Why? Because we're finding new ways to make your body grow. I keep telling you guys, the longer you've been training, the harder it is to see gains. So you got to keep switching shit up. You got to do different things. People say, well, just lift heavier. Just lift heavier. I made so many videos where I showed you guys how that was pure bullshit, right? You need heavy weights to put on muscle, to put on bone density. I told you guys. But do not think that's the only way to break plateaus. Because if it were, like I always say, power lifters, right, when they become bodybuilders, they will not reduce the weight, and they all do. Whether they're on steroids or natural. When a powerlifter becomes a bodybuilder, they cut down the weight on their squats, they cut down the weight on their bench press because they know that, you know, you need volume to grow, The best rep range to put on strength is the 1 to 3 rep range. Sometimes up to 5, but really scientifically, the 1 to 3 rep range is the best rep range to put on strength. But yet, for you size motherfuckers out there, it is not the best rep range to put on muscle. So what does that tell you? If the best rep range for strength is not the best rep range for muscle, why do people keep saying you want to get bigger, just be fucking strong as fuck? I I know people that could do more pull-ups than me, don't have a wider back than me. I know people that could do way more on the bench press than than I can, than my uncle can, and don't have bigger chest than we do. Hansa finally learned that. For years he didn't want to believe me when I kept telling him, dude, it's not about how much you bench, it's about the volume and the frequency and all that. He didn't want to believe me. Finally, every other part of his body was growing because he was doing volume, but his chest wasn't because he was obsessed with doing heavy bench. He finally cut down on his bench press, started increasing the volume because you can't do insane volume when you're doing 1 rep maxes all day. And he started doing more flies and things like that. And if you see Hunter's chest now, I'm gonna ask him for a picture. It's fucking massive. And I was like, oh shit, man, what happened? So people, I didn't come up with this thing, guys. You could do your own research. You want to make a muscle grow. It's not just about the weight. Because if you think it's all about the weight, then what happens when you hit your max, your genetic potential, and your strength wise? What happens when you hit, I don't know, 4 or 5 and you can't go past that plateau? Are you telling me that your chest is gonna stop growing? That's obviously not the case. That's why people can make gains doing, high reps. People could make gains doing drop sets and fucking even the fucking katsu training, all that bullshit. The weight is minimal in that type of training, but yet the gains are there. So I'm not saying don't lift heavy. I'm not saying, like I always say, you can't bench press a broomstick and put on size. But don't be obsessed with that concept. If you ask me, John, what are your numbers? I gotta pause and think, because when I go to the gym, we don't even think about that shit anymore. We just go, we put on the weight that's heavy enough to stimulate faster muscle fibers to be fucking hard. Because muscle growth is an adaptation progress. You want your body to adapt to something hard. But we don't even like stress about, oh man, make sure you increase by 5 pounds every day or every week or whatever. We just go in there, depending on how we feel. If we're getting a good contraction, a good stretch at the bottom, depending on the exercise, boom, we work out and we growing faster now than we were back when we started lifting. And you guys know your nuke gains should be should be the period when you grow the most. It's the opposite for us now because we train smarter now. We learn from trial and error. So yeah, so I haven't hit my back since October. I haven't had a full chest workout since September, right? Only difference is my chest, I'm hitting it about twice a week with the bench press, only 3 sets, so that's 6 sets a week, which is puny. But yet I'm maintaining that size because the nucleus is ridiculous. Like I'd overtrained it for so long, that it just won't go away. Just like I told you guys in those videos that I put in the, on the screen and in the description. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Remember, if you have lagging body parts, try Nucleus Overload. It only takes about a month or two. It takes a month to actually overtrain it, and it takes about 2 to 3 weeks off. I normally say 12 days or more, but you can take 2 to 3 weeks. I took 2 3 months off, right? And my back is still here. You don't lose the nucleus. I repeat, it takes about at least 10 years for you to lose those satellite cells that you accumulate through that nucleus overload phase. So don't worry about that. Just overtrain the fuck out that muscle, right? Get the satellite cells in there. Take a week, take a week, 2 weeks if you want a month off. Go back to that muscle and watch how fast it fucking grows. You'll be fucking amazed. And I can show you guys some pictures of my back. I'm gonna put on the screen. Uh, that's how my back looks. I took these pictures 2 weeks ago. Cause I was working out with my little brother. I'm trying to bring his size up too. I'll show you guys a picture of his progress. I'm gonna try to put it on the screen too. And I was like, you know what? Let me see what my back looks like. So I did a back double bicep, and I was like, oh fuck, man, that's from not hitting back in 3 months. And you see the thickness is starting to come out. Everything, the nucleus is forming. Because when you're training, you're breaking your muscle down. You got to take that period off to reset your mTOR. I made a video about that, right? The longer you've been training, the more inefficient mTOR becomes. mTOR is the enzyme that's responsible for muscle growth, and the longer you've been training, the more it's less and less responsive to the stimulus. But when you take a break, it resets, kind of like an engine. It resets, and when you come back, it's able to grow even faster. Long story. I made videos on all of that shit, right? So don't skip all the important videos and come and ask questions. Oh my God, what's going on? What is this? What is this? If this is too much information all at once, go and watch the videos. Watch the playlist that I did. I did a whole marathon on the stories behind the stories that helped me discover nucleus overload, as I coin it. I have a whole playlist on that. Watch. I'm gonna put on the screen in the description. What else? Uh, yeah, I think that's about it. Just that's how um I got my back to where it is now. And right now I'm overtraining shoulders, so you can expect the exact same thing. When I'm done doing nucleus overload on shoulders, I'm gonna take a break from shoulders for about a month or probably more, and then go back and hit, I don't know, probably legs or something. It's the same thing I did when I wanted to bring up my legs. Exact same thing. It takes a little longer, but the growth is ridiculous. And once I bring my shoulders up, we'll see. My biceps are finally lagging now because I haven't hit them in so long. So I focus so much on tricep. I overtrain. I did nucleus overload on triceps earlier last year, and I did it for a long time. I was doing triceps every fucking day, and so now they kind of overpower my biceps. As you can see, I'm losing that peak right here. See? So I want to do after shoulders. I might do biceps. I don't know, and I'm gonna keep doing it. Because it works so well, and if it works on everybody else, Marco is not black. He doesn't have BBC genetics. We have different genetics, and it's working on all of us. So try it out, guys. And I hope that answers your question. What else I had to talk about? If you want more information on the whole nucleus overload thing, comment below. I might make a whole separate video again. For the science motherfuckers, I have nothing against you. I love science myself. If you want just facts, I'll go online. I'll look at my studies. I have some of them in Excel. I'll show you all the facts that support it. If you want the stories, I already have a playlist on it, like I said. And I make a whole separate video showing you step by step how to bring up those lagging body parts using nucleus overload. Such a simple principle. Train that muscle every day, high reps, very short rest periods, stupid pump as often as you can. Increase your water intake, increase your protein, right? Your carbs if you act them off. After that, take at least 2 weeks off. Go back to that muscle, and now you don't have to train it as frequently, and you still see the gains. And yeah, I think that's it. I can't think of anything else that you guys mentioned because most of my questions are in my inbox, but I'll probably have it up next time. All right, guys. Stay tuned for the next segment. I'm gonna make a transformation progress soon. I'm also gonna show you guys a lot of people that send me transformation reports. I also have to make a video about I have a segment where I'm doing crazy transformations where I see somebody who made an insane progress and I try to show you guys what they did to get there to kind of motivate you guys. My man Leon, I didn't forget about you. He sent me his progress. It's amazing. The gains that he made in just 2 years from being really really obese with diabetes too. I think he had type 2 diabetes, and now he's lean and muscles everywhere. I also have Stephen. I have all your stuff on the folder. I just need the time to compile everything and make videos. All right, guys. So stay tuned for this segment where I show you guys all these crazy transformations, and let's keep growing together, guys. Remember, it's all about competition. Keep competing with yourself, compete with others, keep growing day by day, one day at a time. Dominance, discipline, direction. You gotta go somewhere. All right, I'm out of here.
Yo, come on, son. Anyway, so I was like, yo, Hansa, let's make a video and show them how we came up with these insiders. And we spent like the last 10 minutes laughing. The first one is you have to chill.